Module AJ103 The Jaguar Environment, Part 1 Wind Noise and Water Leaks, a training module, by Jaguar Cars Inc. Any supplemental diagrams or information are included at the end of the video, so you can halt and screen print if you wish. Revived by Jaguar Clubs of North America, JCNA and Coventry Foundation. Please see www.jcna.com and coventryfoundation.org. Please note that these materials were recovered from audio tapes and slides stored for more than 30 years. The quality may have suffered on some tapes, and we apologize. Jaguar Clubs of North America and Coventry Foundation, thank you for your support.
Jaguar Cars Incorporated presents The Jaguar Environment, Part 1. Modern Jaguar cars provide the occupants with an unmatched level of luxury and silence. Two key elements contribute to this: quiet, smooth powertrain operation, and advances in body insulation, sealing, and weather stripping. However, this refined environment makes the occupants more aware than ever of any wind and air leak noise present. Also, many of these refinements can only be effective if the various components are fitted, bonded, and aligned correctly. This Performance Masters program will discuss the causes of wind and air leak noise, review the corrective actions for some known problem areas, and illustrate procedures for tracing leaks. We'll start by considering the aerodynamics of a moving automobile to find the basic cause of wind noise. The ideal shape for the body of an automobile would be one without any projections, lumps, or bulges, a perfectly streamlined shape with smooth airflow around it. But even in the most extreme cases, this shape must be compromised to accommodate some basic necessities. In a passenger car, provisions must be made to accommodate the powertrain and the safe and comfortable housing of the driver and the occupants. The powertrain must be cooled by allowing adequate airflow, and the wheels must be able to turn and move vertically. These make demands on the shape of the lower part of the car body. The need for a vertical seating position, glass for visibility, and doors for entry and exit makes demands on the shape of the upper part of the car body. So you can see that the basic shape of any automobile will cause uneven airflow around it. Add to this basic shape the necessities for safety, convenience, and access, and the airflow is even more disturbed. All these necessary alterations to the car body disrupt the airflow, which, in turn, creates turbulence, the basic cause of wind noise. To bring this unavoidable wind noise down to an acceptable level for the occupants requires a well-insulated and properly sealed body. This, of course, is the design goal for Jaguar cars. Additional turbulence noise can be created by protruding or loose parts or components. However, these conditions can be corrected. Examples of this are doors with the front edges set out too far, misaligned or incompletely sealed body seams, and loose or distorted finishers. Loose components also tend to vibrate with different frequency at different vehicle speeds. This may produce a buzzing noise, which is usually easy to trace. Not all wind noise is associated with the conditions mentioned. Body air leaks can also cause annoying noise as well as result in drafts, dust, and moisture ingress. Depending on the pressure differential, air can leak in or out of the car. For example, with the doors and windows closed and the climate control system on, air is forced into the car, resulting in a relatively high pressure inside the car. Airflow around the car's body produces low pressure outside the door glass and above the sunroof. This low pressure makes the effect of the interior high pressure even greater as air leaks out at a faster rate. Any form of moisture coming into the passenger area of the car will obviously be undesirable. In many instances, moisture ingress is accentuated by aerodynamics when the car is in motion. By understanding the basic causes of wind noise, air and moisture leaks, tracking down and identifying the source becomes much easier. The most critical area is the upper portion of the car. This is where the greatest pressure differential exists between inside and outside. It is also where humans are most perceptive. The upper portion includes the side area of the car down to about a foot below the belt line. Also, the windshield and sunroof fall into this area. Irregularities in the lower area seldom cause bothersome noise, but can cause drafts and allow dust and moisture to enter the car. Visual inspection in the suspect area is the obvious first step when a wind noise, air leak noise, or moisture leak is reported. Check the condition, fit, and seal of the weather stripping and finishers. If you find that replacement is necessary, be sure the condition causing the original damage is corrected first. Check the adjustment and fit of all the doors. Be sure the forward edges are set flush with the body so they do not become a source of turbulence noise. Do not bend any window frames to obtain a good seal, as this may impair the operation of the power windows. Experience has identified certain areas that are known to be potential sources of wind noise or air leak noise. Most of these occur on the door and glass areas of the XJ6 models and include the front door inner to outer panel joints at the upper front corner may require attention. These should be filled, smoothed, and finished with touch-up paint. Movement of the lower outside window seal will allow gaps which produce noise. These should be checked for gaps at each end and repositioned if necessary. Bonding may also be necessary in extreme cases. The gaps between the B and C post finishers and the door panel can also cause noise. These should be sealed with an appropriate material. If the sealing plugs at the top of the B and C post finishers are misaligned or missing, they should be repositioned or replaced. The weather stripping around the rear door quarter windows should be checked for gaps or distortion and sealed as necessary. Door handle gaskets can become damaged or split. They may also be incorrectly seated if the handle has been removed. This applies to both XJ6 and S models. The same is true for the mirror gaskets on both models. Inside the door, the mirror wire exit grommet may be dislodged. This should be refitted and sealed if necessary. On XJS models, distortion of the A-post door seal may occur. Correction for this condition is covered in Service Bulletin J8410. Additional wind noise, air leak noise areas of concern on XJ6 models are the fender closing panel and the sunroof drain baffles in the fender wells. These should be checked for distorted seals. Inside the car, the rear air extractor may require modification to eliminate rattle or wind noise. Refer to Technical Service Bulletin J8351 for details. The fresh air vent closing panels should also be checked for damaged or distorted foam gaskets. The reference card supplied with this Performance Masters program lists these susceptible wind noise and air leak areas as they apply to XJ6 and XJS models. Also shown on the reference card are suspect areas for moisture leaks, which we'll review here. Most of these apply to both models. Under the A post-drip channel finishers, the panel joint may be in need of sealing. If necessary, remove the finisher and seal with an appropriate material. All door hinge seals, door panel seams, and striker plate seals are potential sources of moisture leakage. Correct any suspect condition by sealing or tightening. The condition of the door wiring access housing tubes should also be checked. Replace any that are cracked or damaged. If moisture is present, the plenum chamber for the climate control system may require sealing of its seams. The pedal box base gasket is another potential source of moisture leakage on both models. The right side of the car in this area also has a gasket which may be damaged or distorted. On XJ6 models, it fits under the battery box. On XJS models, it fits under the closing panel. A damaged or dislocated grommet for the hood release cable may require refitting or sealing to eliminate moisture leakage. At the rear of the car, the body seams in the channel around the trunk opening should be checked for gaps which allow moisture leakage. Fill, smooth, and finish with touch-up paint as necessary. Under the car on XJS models only, the handbrake cable tube seals should be checked. The left side carries the handbrake cable, while the right side has a blanking plug which must be fitted to prevent moisture ingress. The inner to outer cable seal should also be checked. If necessary, replace the cable assembly. The listing of these potential trouble spots should by no means be considered to represent the only possible sources for wind noise, air leak noise, and moisture leaks. They are, as we've said, areas where experience has proven to be suspect. There are several ways which can be effective in tracing body leakage problems which are not apparent from visual inspection. One method involves pressurizing the interior of the car and listening to or feeling for escaping air. This is done by first closing all windows and vents, then turning the blower to high. After closing the doors, you can check for escaping air around the suspected areas. The use of powder to aid in detection may be of some value when using this method. The fit and seal of door and window seals can also be checked by inserting strips of paper to determine if any gaps exist. Using carpenter's chalk to mark the door seal can also be an effective method. This will leave an impression on the body door opening when the door is closed. By carefully observing the chalk transfer, gaps in the seal can be determined. By far, the quickest, easiest, and most accurate method is to use an electronic leak detector designed for the purpose of tracing body leaks. First, the transmitter portion of the unit is placed in the car. After closing all windows and doors, leaks can be confirmed by passing the detector over the suspect area. Your attention is called to Technical Service Bulletins J8242 regarding sunroof adjustment and J8364 regarding improved rear door seals. Both apply to XJ6 models. The information provided in this program gives Jaguar technicians a head start in identifying and correcting wind noise, air leak noise, and moisture leakage problems. This will translate into customer satisfaction by maintaining the level of luxury and silence Jaguars are famous for. This completes the Jaguar Environment Part 1, another Performance Masters Service Training Program.
The end. Revived by Jaguar Clubs of North America, JCNA and Coventry Foundation. Please note, all special tools shown here, apart from the Sun Workstation, are available under the JCNA, Coventry Foundation Members Tool Loan Program. Please see www.jcna.com and coventryfoundation.org. Thank you.